It's the most bloodline time of the year. Dong, ding, dong. With the Usos and Sammy and Solo deciding who beat all their asses. It's the most bloodline time of the year. And there's Roman and Heyman against a wall. Dong, ding, dong. And we get Sammy and Owen staring each other down. What will happen? We won't know until the other time of the year. And what I mean is we find out in 2023, ding dong, where Roman will beat Sammy down and we will have our hearts broken here. It's the most bloodline time of the year. Man, can't sing for goddamn shit. And Andy Williams is Spain in his grave. I don't know how long Andy Williams has been dead, but it's been a while. And if he wasn't dead, he would have died after that rendition. Anyway, I'm John Renton with my review of WWE Raw from Des Moines, Iowa. Yep, Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy Hanukkah, Crazy Kwanzaa, and a solemn, dignified Ramadan. And now a word from my God, our sponsors. Screwed that one up. So yeah, this show, it's the last Raw of the year because apparently next week's episode is a clip show. The 138th episode spectacular. In all seriousness, it's a good thing that they decided to just take a week off because they already taped this week's SmackDown, which I am debating on even reviewing. We will see. But yeah, guys, happy holidays. Whatever holiday you're celebrating. It's the holiday season of whoop-de-doo and dippity-dop. And yeah, pretty certain I just screwed that one up. So, Heyman is there, and happy Hanukkah there to Heyman, who's Aaron says for... It's like my tribal chief has something to say, all that, and I don't know why that wall seemed like they were in some kind of giant chimney or fireplace, but nevertheless, Roman, the Roman, from the planet Roman. Does anybody remember Robot Monster? If you do, I'm amazed. God, this hat is so goddamn big. Fun fact about this hat, for those of you that are new subscribers to the channel or more recent subscribers, and you weren't around the holiday season last year, years ago, when I worked at a gas station, there was a nice elderly couple that came in, frequented the store, bought, they would occasionally buy wine, they would buy scratch tickets, they would travel here and there, they would visit their grandkids, and whenever, after a certain time, I forget, 2010, I think it's 2011, I think it was 2011, the lady had knitted a whole bunch of hats for various people at stores or various people that had been nice to them. And she handed me one, and I actually ended up having this and brought it with me when I had to move back home, so I decided to break it out on the channel in the last few years. And it's a nice little, neat little thing, and the fact that, it's a nice way to honor a very, very nice lady. I don't recall their names because I can barely remember what I had for breakfast. She was really, really nice. Anyway, that's the story of the hat. Let's talk about the show. The Bloodline attacks Ali. Ali will never know peace until he is allowed to leave the company. At this point, I thought maybe, they'll have him beat Theory at WrestleMania for the U.S. title. I don't think that they're ever going to push Ali. And honestly, if he wins the U.S. title, is it going to matter? At this point, they see him as just somebody that gets his ass beat constantly and constantly. The Bloodline were all over this goddamn program. And then we get the Profits with Tozawa versus Judgment Day members Priest and Balor with Rhea and Dominic. Dominic, who's in shades because he's blinded by the blue mist, is supposed to put you to sleep and not actually blind you. Thank you, Schurmeister, for pointing that out, assuming you are watching this. If you are not. Yeah, Schurmeister, he did point that out, and he is right. Okay, this was certainly a match. It was so much for a good look. I know that Montez is really, really talented and could be a future singles champion. And Dawkins has really stepped it up. I'm glad that they're letting Tozawa wrestle. I just didn't give a shit about this match because it involves people I don't really care about. Oh yeah, and Dominic is out there, so I refuse to acknowledge, that anything with Dominic could actually be good. We cut back to the Bloodline beating up Andre Chase, who apparently was part of main event. I think that's one of the first times they've acknowledged that they actually taped main event before Raw. And they beat up Elias Hayden with his own guitar. By the way, we get a drink in Dominic's face and then a roll-up 1, 2, 3. The Judgment Day lost by a drink distraction. They are fighting over shampoo. And then Rhea gets upset at Tozawa and pushes him down and berates and just absolutely seems like she wants to slap and throw him around. I wish it was me. Please berate and throw me around. I have issues. Shut up. I have issues. But anyway, we get an intergender match, sort of. They're not allowed to have men hit women, so they did stuff where they made it mostly a comedy match. But, Rhea can make this work. I wrote down, boot me in the face, please. Again, I have issues. Rhea is something special. Something special that is. Tozawa is not bad in the ring. It's just he doesn't mean anything. He's been with the company for like 6 years and hasn't meant anything for years. Melee, we get dies by the Profits because apparently no DQs are called here. We get a post spot, but despite that, a miss senton, Riptide 1, 2, 3. Okay, then we get recaps of Lashley's firing. He actually got rehired because Pierce stepped over the line. Kathy Kelly, Jesus, good God. Kathy Kelly is a head and shoulders above as far as the rehire. She is Triple H's best rehire. I mean, you can fight me on that, but God, I love seeing her on my television. Pierce, he wants Bobby to call him back. MVP says, hey, Pierce, I need to talk to you about Lashley. But then this referee says, hey, wait a second, Pierce, some weird fucked up shit's going on. Let's go find that out. We're reforming the Hurt Business. Speaking of Hurt, Cedric, who was also in the Hurt Business, got hurt. Remember when Cedric Alexander could have been a big star for them, and he's just been marginalized and had the shit beat out of him constantly? Dolph is also there. Kathy Kelly, once again, my goodness. Dolph says, it was the Bloodline that beat us up. Yeah, effing duh. The Good Brothers, home of the Good Brothers, may we take your order, with Styles and Mia Yim Mi Chin, whatever the hell her goddamn name is, took on Alpha Academy. Gable got pinned. All I want for Christmas is for Gable to be featured properly, and it's never going to happen in WWE. The Bloodline then attack the OC, and we go to break. And then Pearson security, including Shane Helms, P.D. Williams, and I think even Kenny Dykstra. Okay, screwed that one up. Anybody that gets that reference, I would actually be amazed. So, and Sammy, by the way, is way over. Crowd's cheering him, but they decide to leave. And then Styles decides to attack Zayn because he's upset at the Sammy community. And we're going to have a match. It is official. Speaking of official, Byron is officially relegated to just doing bad interview segments. Byron wasn't that bad on color, or as far as being a commentator. He certainly was better than Steve Patrick, and I feel bad because he's at least trying, but he's just not interesting. Anyway, so Alexa and Bianca, they reference all the supernatural bullshit. Alexa's like, oh, he poisoned me, he did all this stuff and everything, and the stuff with Alexa and Bray was terrible. They're going to revisit it, and that means it's going to be extra terrible, because I don't care if it's Triple H in charge, Vince in charge, or you resurrect the ghost of Vern Gagne. Vern Gagne booking this actually might have been interesting, but you can do whatever. It is still horror movie shit that belongs in Hollywood. It doesn't belong in a goddamn wrestling ring. It doesn't belong in a wrestling program. There are levels to this stuff. It worked with Undertaker. It worked with Kane for a while. Ugh. Oh, she hit her with a vase. And Lily was behind the chair, as some people point out. Great, that's stupid fucking... There are people that like this. You can like that all you damn well want. I don't. It's bad television. So anyway... The match is going to be in 2 weeks in Bianca's hometown, and unless they are completely off their goddamn tits, they are going to do either a fluky finish or Alexa's going to lose and then totally snap. Bianca's going to keep the championship because Bianca needs to hold that thing for almost a goddamn year, and then she needs to lose it to Rhea at Mania. So, then we have the money, the double or nothing money in the bag ladder match is really what it is. Those bags, did they just empty 2 comforter sets and put the cash in them? Seriously, those look like comforter set bags. Anyway, Miz and Loomis, Gargano was also there, which probably explains why I was even more bored watching this. This feud has been terrible from the beginning. I mean, the entire thing has been terrible. I'm glad Loomis got his job back. I seriously am. I did my least favorite matches list or way too soon. You can check that out if you want. I would have included this because this should have been at least top 10. This was terrible. Nobody cared. This crowd wasn't that great, but nobody cared. There was a giant, pile of chairs, and God, this is awful is what I wrote down. Miz may have hurt his ankle or his knee. I actually hope he's going to be all right. And then it looks like Loomis is going to get the victory. And then suddenly Bronson Reed, Jonah from Impact and New Japan, and formerly Bronson Reed, who did the Tsunami. He actually did the Tsunami splash to Loomis. Okay, so much for that win over Okada in the G1 and all that stuff. And boy, okay, great. That run didn't end up meaning much. To be fair, I mean, Miz grabbed the cash to win, by the way. I'm all, if he got a big payday and he got a sizable contract, good for him. I don't know how much New Japan is paying. It's none of my business. Wherever Bronson Reed, Jonah, whatever name you want to call him, is happiest. If he's happy there, that's fine. I'm just saying that you go from beating Okada in the G1 4 months ago, roughly 4 months ago, might have been just over 4 months ago, and you have a great singles match where he beats you, get his win back sometime after that. And it looks like you might be having him face Shingo, and maybe he can be part of the New Japan Rumble at Wrestle Kingdom 17, and they can make occasional New Japan shots and everything, and that'd be great. I just think that it's a shame that he had to go back to WWE to get serious money, and New Japan couldn't have made him a big offer. I just think his style fits better there. I hope he's happy in WWE. No hate here. I just want the guy to be happy because he's a hell of a goddamn talent. It's just going from being Okada a few months ago to being Miz's lackey. That stuff with Miz, I'm sorry, is death. Because Miz at this point needs to transition out of being in the ring and transition into being a full-time commentator. Because he really can't do much in the ring anymore. I mean, he couldn't anyway, but he's been durable, and he's been a great spokesperson for the company. That being said, we get to Styles and Sammy, where we get a match. Look, the match was well worked, as you would expect. Here's the thing. It's just hard to care, because it's hard to care about much AJ Styles is involved in. And then suddenly Solo comes down through the crowd. And then we get interference because of a ref distraction and a blue thunder bomb after a spike. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Not a bad match, but just a match that was sort of there. And then we get to Seth Pheasant Rollins. Whoa, 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 whoa. Because he's from Davenport, Iowa, and they're in Des Moines, which is in Iowa, by the way. He gets pretty good home state pop. The crowd ate it up, and then Theory showed up. The champ is here, he says. That's pretty much telegraphing he's going to face John Cena. Wappa-doop-ba-ba-ba-ba. So anyway, he's all grown up. We're back at Mania 23. There was somebody else who was alive at Mania 23 before he decided to tie his wife up in a phone call and put his son to sleep. But I digress. This is fine. There was that one line about the third most successful member of the Shield. Ooh, yeah, maybe if like 18 other people had already said that this year and last year, might have meant something. And the Usos show up. And are we going to get Theory and Rollins being unlikely tag partner? No, Theory takes a powder. And I wrote down, I actually tweeted, I said, where is Kevin Owens? And son of a bitch, 30 seconds after I sent that tweet, oh, and of course, there he fucking is as I type it. Kevin Owens comes down, cleans house, and we're going to get a tag team match later. Becky. Jesus, Becky. Anyway, Io, my goodness, Io looked great. We get Becky versus Bayley in a really, really good TV match where they took that shit seriously. A lot of great shit. Becky had to fight against the numbers, was hoping she could face Bayley in one-on-one, and decided to pick up something, a TV screen off of the announcer's table to monitor the situation properly, but then Bayley said, I will monitor this. Anyway, so then she hit her with that while the referee's distracted and hit the rose plant. 1, 2, 3. She planted Becky face first with her rose. Moving on. That's it. That is it right there. And then the Usos and Owens and Rollins had a tag match that featured about 18 million run-ins. Solo, the Good Brothers, home of the Good Brothers. Maybe take your order. We'll see you this Sunday for the Royal Rumble. Saturday. It's on Saturday now. And in theory, clocks Rollins. And Owens is going to lose. Ha ha ha, no. The Usos lose a non-title match. 2-on-1, they lose. Good featuring your tag team champions right there. Sammy then says, I'm going to face off against Kevin Owens. No, I'm not. I'm just going to warn him. I'm going to wander off. So that's it. No Raw review next week because it's the best of show. I'll probably review NXT and SmackDown. I do want to take a moment, by the way, at the end of this review, to thank you guys for the great amount of feedback on the channel and the fact that over the pretty much from 2019 on, I mean, even though it's been great, growing from, the humble beginnings in 2016, finding myself, 2017 got better, 2018 got better, 2019, everything's skyrocketed since. I mean, it's skyrocketed in 2020, and I've done great, and it's all thanks to you guys. So I really do mean that. Thank you guys so much. It's been a lot of fun. Let's see what 2023 brings. I mean, there's still, like 11 days left in the year, but it's been fun. That was the last Raw review of the year, and it ended with, typically. Everybody's going to start turning on Triple H here soon because they're going to realize, like I have, hey, Triple H understands wrestling, but maybe he isn't. He's better than Vince, but that's not saying much because I've seen dead gazelles you poke with a stick that would be better than Vince. Anyway, happy holidays, everybody. Agree, disagree with what I said? Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin, and I'll see you soon.